Today, we're hearing more about the history of Utah's interracial marriage ban. World War II, however, brought changes to that law.
Jamie McGriff explains how in the second part of the story in today's Belonging in Utah.
As you'll see, this was an unavoidable and politically delicate situation that lawmakers realized had to be addressed. World War II impacted Utah. For example, the Topaz Internment Camp was built here. Thousands of Japanese Americans and their families had to relocate from the West Coast to Topaz.
The other thing that changed during World War II is many servicemen who served overseas brought home war brides.
Wendy Rex Atzet is the program manager of K-12 initiatives for the Utah Historical Society. She explains the war ushered in work to repeal Utah's interracial marriage law.
And they focus in the West. And one of the groups and communities that's very active in this work is the Japanese American Citizens League, which is a civil rights organization that was started in 1929. So it had already had a lot of experience working on civil rights on behalf of Japanese Americans.
The history of this repeal is not as widely known like Topaz Internment Camp. Atzet found through research the JACL helped U.S. servicemen understand the framework of the law where they lived and know which states recognized interracial marriages.
So the way that the JACL originally gets involved in this kind of work is that they were helping second-generation Japanese American young men who were serving in the military during World War II in Japan, and many of them married Japanese women and wanted to bring them home.
Atzet shared there was another organization that got involved in the cause.
So the acronym is the UCOCR, and it's the Utah Citizens on Civil Rights. So this is a multicultural organization out of the University of Utah. It involves a professor named Robert Goff and a very young Raymond Uno, who was a college student at the time, and also Henry Kasai, who's a member of the Japanese American community and had been involved in a lot of civil rights work.
She says the JACL and the Utah Citizens on Civil Rights worked together to get the attention of lawmakers in 1963.
They had meetings with the governor, there were public hearings so that community members could speak to the issue.
The state legislature passed a law repealing the interracial marriage ban, and Atzet says that it was with, quote, overwhelming majority votes, the House and the Senate making their mark on that. And she also says the repeal of the interracial marriage ban was the only one of 4 civil rights bills that went before the Utah legislature in 1963 and passed. It's also Utah's first piece of civil rights legislation that the state legislature passed. Jamie McGriff, KUTV 2 News.